What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing absolutely fine. And today, as usual, we're gonna continue with the chapter 9 of the Discourses by Epictetus. And this chapter is about that we adopt the profession of the philosopher when we cannot fulfill that of a man. So let's get started. It is no ordinary task merely to fulfill man's promise, for what is man? A rational animal, subject to death. At once we ask, from what does the rational element distinguish us from wild beasts, and from what else? From sheep and the like. Look to it, then, that you do nothing like a wild beast, else you destroy the man in you, and fail to fulfill his promise. See that you do not like a sheep, or else, again, the man in you perishes. You ask how we act like sheep. When we consult the belly or our passions, when our actions are random or dirty or inconsiderate, are we not falling away to the state of sheep? What do we destroy? The faculty of reason. When our actions are combative, mischievous, angry, and rude, do we not fall away and become wild beasts? In a word, some of us are great beasts, and others are small but base-natured beasts which give occasion to say, "Nay, rather let me be food for a lion." All these are actions by which we calling of man is destroyed. What makes a complex proposition to be what it is? It must fulfill its promise. It keeps its character only if the parts it is composed of are true. What makes it a disjunctive proposition? It must fulfill its purport. Is not the same true of flutes, lure, horse, and dog? Is it surprising that man who keeps or loses his nature on the same principle? Each man is strengthened and preserved by the exercise of the functions that correspond to his nature. The carpenter by carpenting, the grammarian by studies in grammar. If a man gets the habit of writing ungrammatically, his art is bound to be destroyed and perish. In the same way, the modest man is made by modest acts and ruined by immodest acts. The man of honor keeps his character by honest acts and loses it by dishonest. So again, men of the opposite character are strengthened by the opposite actions. The shameless man by shamelessness, the dishonest by dishonesty, the slanderous by slander, the ill-tempered by ill temper, the miser by grasping at more than he gives. That is why philosophers enjoin upon us not to be content with learning only, but to add practice as well as and then training. For we have acquired wrong habits in course of years, and have adopted for our use conceptions opposite to the true, and therefore if we do not adopt true conceptions for our use, we shall be nothing else but interpreters of judgments which are not our own. Of course, any one of us can discourse for the moment of what is good and what is bad. As thus, of things that are, some are good, some bad, some are different. Good are virtues and things that have part in virtues. Evil are the opposite. Indifferent are wealth, health, reputation. And then, if some loud noise disturbs us while we are speaking, or one of the bystanders laughs at us, we are put out of countenance. Philosopher, where are those principles you were talking of? Whence did you fetch them? forth to utter from the lips and no further? These principles are not your own. Why do you make a mess of them? Why do you gamble with things of highest moment? It is one thing to use an illustration to put bread and wine away into store cupboard, and another thing to eat. When you eat is what you eat is digested and distributed, and is turned into sinews, flesh, bones, blood, complexion, breath. What you store away, you have at hand and can show to others at will, but it does you no good except for the mere name of having it. What is the good of expounding these doctrines any more than those of another school? Sit down now and discourse on the doctrines of Epicurus, and you will soon discourse more effectively than Epicurus himself. Why then do you call yourself a Stoic? Why do you deceive the world? Why, being a Hellene, do you act the Jew? Do you not see in what sense a man is called a Jew, in what sense a Syrian, in what an Egyptian? When we see a man trimming between two faiths, we are wont say he is no Jew, but is acting a part. But when he adopts the attitude of mind of him who is baptized and has made his choice, then he is not only called a Jew, but is a Jew indeed. So we also are but counterfeit Baptists, Jews in name only, but really something else, with no feeling for reason, far from acting on the principles we talk of, though we pride ourselves on them as though we knew them. So being unable to fulfill the calling of man, we adopt that of the philosopher, a heavy burden indeed. It is as tough one who could not lift 10 pounds were fain to lift the stone of Ajax. Alright guys, so today's reading session is over. As usual, we're gonna continue tomorrow. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.